The Loud House. Kanga-ruse. This episode is about the action news team investigating some sort of vandalism thing at the school, and crikey, the school's mascot being framed for it. Alright, I have a few issues with this episode. Just a few. Not much. This episode is fantastic. I love this episode. Like, genuinely, I really love this one. I just have a few issues with it. Just a few issues. Why the hell didn't they do a thing where, like, it's an in-joke where it's like, hey, there's a real kangaroo that's the mascot? That makes absolutely no sense. So, could you imagine if, like, the person who was inside the costume was the person who played Crikey before they got a kangaroo? God, I feel like that would have been such a better way to do that instead of it being like the Glee Club like person. Because it literally didn't make any real sense, really, for him to be the one, but okay, I guess. Aside from that little blemish, though, this episode's fantastic. I love the fact that, like, halfway through this, it kind of becomes like a mini Liam episode in a way. Because Crikey is so close to Liam. There's even a moment of this where it's a fake out, obviously. Like, Crikey's about to leave, and that's whenever he tells Liam, like, hey, I've been framed. But there's actually a moment where it's like there's a little bit of emotion, and you can kind of like, it's so simple, it's so dumb, but man, dude, it actually kind of it kind of hit a little bit. I was kind of surprised about that. I'm like, shit, okay. Like, I actually kind of felt bad for Liam and everyone, really. Which doesn't really happen too often in the show, like, genuinely. Like I said, it was very small. Very, very small. But it was good. It was welcome. I liked it. There was also the part with Rusty being asleep and, like, dreaming about Amber. I, for some reason, thought that was really funny. Amber, did it hurt when you fell from heaven? I don't know. It's so simple, like I said, but it's just, it was funny. It was funny. What can I say? But really, aside from the reveal, this episode's great. I love this one. This one's a really, really good one. Probably one of the better, like, episodes like this, of this type, that we've seen, where it's like the action news team and they're going to investigate something. Like, it was a really, really well done episode, and I really enjoyed this. It kind of honestly reminds me a lot of, like, season 5-ish Loud House. Just a little bit of that era of the Loud House. Just a little bit. I don't know what it is about the show recently, but it's been paced really well, and there's a lot of good, jokes. There's no real wasted air, I feel like. I don't know. It just feels like something's different. Something's a little bit different here with this show. But anyways, I'm gonna go and move on to the next episode, which is The Walking Bed. This episode is about Lincoln wanting a new bed and finding out that Lori is getting rid of her old one and basically wanting to take advantage of everybody in order to get the bed instead of Lynn or any of the oldest Loud siblings. This is another one that's really good. I can't believe it. They somehow managed to do a really, really good season 1 type episode where it's just Lincoln just trying to get this mattress, just trying to get this thing that he wants. And I swear to God, they had an episode where they had, like, hand-me-downs before, back in season 1. At first, I thought this was gonna be basically just a carbon copy of that. But no, this is really good. Like, this is really good. I already mentioned it. I think it was even last week I mentioned it. This show has a very big tendency and a very bad habit of just rehashing things. But this episode is a whole new thing, and I like this. I love how it's just Lincoln scheming to get this. I love how he, has to jump through all these hurdles. And I love how whenever it actually happens and whenever he gets it, he gets his comeuppance for it. It's perfect. Is it predictable? Yes, 100%. But wasn't Loud House always a predictable show? Genuinely? Yeah, that's also a yes. There's a reason why I like season 1 and season 2 Loud House so much, because yes, it was a safe, it was, two very, very safe seasons. They don't really do anything too out of the ordinary. They're really predictable, that kind of thing. But the show itself was, in my opinion, the thing that really made it stand out, and how it kind of was formatted that really made it stand out. And this is just kind of recapturing that, in my opinion, of course, in my opinion. Very solid episode, like, incredibly good episode. I love how the book is like a subtle meta joke. It's called Loud Stuff, like it's on the thing, it says Loud Stuff, and loud is actually in the font of the show's logo. It's the simple things like that, and I love that. That's really neat. Also, I like to think the joke of, like, it being very dusty is, like, a reference to how long it's been since they've done this sort of episode, where you have a family rule being brought up, which was always a common theme in the earlier seasons. There was a million of them. It would either be Lincoln talking about it, or whatever. Like, fuck, correct me if I'm actually wrong. Wasn't the same exact rule that Lori actually brought up in that episode I was talking about with Hammy Downer from, like, season 1? I'm trying to think. I think it was. And adding on to that, if it is, I love how, Lincoln's like, I can't believe I forgot about that. If that's actually what it is, that's awesome. That's very, very good. Continuity. If that's actually what it is, continuity. That's something that we've kind of been wanting from the show, really. Not heavy big continuity, but some, some. I mean, hell, I want to say last week we had the moment where it was like, they talked about Lynn and Liam's baseball game. I'm like, man, that was a Cowboy Kid, like, reference from, like, season 5. Continuity. So, like, there's some parts this show does that are, like, really good like that, but there's other parts that are just, like, it falls flat. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about this one. This was amazing. This was such a good episode. I love this one so much. 2 very good episodes this week. Very good episodes this week, and I love that. That's awesome. I was so sick of, like, the one really good episode and then the one episode, Nice to have 2 episodes that are both solid back-to-back, which is awesome. Anyways, guys, I'll go and see you guys soon in my next video, live stream, whatever it may be. And I will also go ahead and see you guys on my next review of The Loud House, or any other cartoon. So guys, it's been TOTs16, and I will go and see you guys soon. Take care, everybody.